All right.
Alright.
This is going to be the recap for season 1 through season 1 of Order of the Eclipse through season 2 episode 1, am I correct?
Yeah. Episode 1.
Mhm. Episode 1 of season 2.
Yeah.
Um we apologize for not having the videos, but the the videos got corrupted because I was trying to swap to a new PC and things happen. But here we are, and let's get this on the road. So, White,
Yeah.
do you want to start by explaining what the Word of Eclipse is?
So, for the people coming here, basically, it's a D&D campaign that I created. And the world, obviously, is called World of Eclipse. And it is, just a normal Earth, just like Imagined Earth, chilling. And these human tribes vibing, having a good time. And then all of a sudden, a giant eclipse just like spawns in the middle of the world or of the civilization and just completely evaporates half of the human society. And within that eclipse starts is like a gateway for all these different monsters to flood into the world, like orcs, elves, dwarves, etc. All these different creatures from this different places just swarming in, and they kind of branch out and take over the space that was evaporated and start their own kingdoms. And the humans are like, that's a big no. You just took out half our population. So they, out of spite and anger, they declare war on these monster tribes, and they had a huge battle on this bridge, like a land bridge, connecting the inner circle to the outer circle because the explosion was so powerful that basically it created a giant lake in the middle of the earth. And there was just this landmass, this island in the middle of this lake. But anyway, they were fighting on a land bridge, and some shit went down. And then they were all fighting, and they stopped. And then they had to take a break. Both sides had used all their resources, and they couldn't keep going anymore. So they had to take a break. But something changed though. As they were taking their break, letting their resources gather up, a time of peace, after about 100 years, they noticed that the bridge magically shifted and changed places with another land bridge on the other side of the island. And they're like, what the fuck? So they had to move all their troops to the other side, to the other bridge. And then when they were ready, they fought again. And then they would have to take another break. And it kept going for 1,000 plus years, which is now known as the Thousand-Year War, as they have this time of peace for like 50 years, and then they battle for another 50 years, and then the bridge swaps. And then they have to regain their forces and do it again. And they keep doing it over and over until someone can finally break the other. So there's just this bridge that keeps teleporting around, and they have to move all their resources and battle there. So it's called the Thousand Year War. But anyway, the campaign starts off with the characters in the capital of the monster city, or known as the Shine, which is like, the capital of all monsters. They're the ones who decide the laws, the regulations, they control the military. They're the ones that hold most of the diplomatic discussions with the humans, and that's where they start. So that's basically the gist of the World of Eclipse. Um, there's a lot more in depth to each of the cities and the places, but we're gonna obviously get to that later on in the recap
Mm.
as the adventurers travel to those places. So that's just the gist. um, so yeah, I'm gonna bring it on over to my buddy here, Geppetto, who
Also
wants to
known
talk
as
a little bit about.
Hayden. Every so often will either be White here is our DM, so
Oh,
he runs the campaign itself, and unfortunately, right now at the time of this recording, our other player Gord, also known as Jordan, is currently not here. His character is Gord. Um, let's start with that. So, um, I apologize, White, if I get his backstory wrong.
No, it's all good. I'll just fix it.
Actually, don't you know it better?
I could just say it. I know
Okay.
it. I had to help him create the character, obviously. It's Session Zero. But anyway, so Gord is an orc, like a full-blooded orc. He was in the city called the Goblin or the Goblino Prophets, and basically this race, they're goblins, orcs, hobgoblins, etc. Basically greenskins. They were all in the city now, and their god is Goblino, which I made up like many campaigns ago as like the
Yeah,
god for all greenskins. It's kind of an inside joke with my players, but it's pretty funny. He's basically like Jesus, but he just
a
walks around
goblin.
like a hippie, um, and it's really funny. He's really stupid. So anyway, he was born as an orc in the Goblino Prophets, and he was a pumpkin farmer with his family, and he was just chilling. Then he grew up, and the Thousand Year War was starting up again. On it made a complete rotation this time, and it was heading towards the original location. So they were thankfully right next to it, and Gord wanted to fight for his people, so he enlisted and proved his excellence as a warrior and a fighter, and climbed up the ranks to all the way to general, and he had control of his own battalion, his own group of troops. And then during the end of the Thousand Year Battle, he comes into a skirmish with a human army, and something happened midway through that battle and just caused his entire army to just die. And the humans destroyed him, just absolutely mocked him, and he did not like that at all. And it kind of gave him a lot of trauma, and made him really scared of how he just let all of his men die, and he hated fighting. He didn't want to fight anymore. But he was spared miraculously in that battle, and when he went back to the Goblino prophets, he was kind of like a lost man. He didn't really know his purpose anymore, as he couldn't really count on himself to be a warrior or to be a general, for that matter, and lead troops to their deaths. So he kind of seeked refuge. He wandered around the monster territory until he got to the Iron Fist, which is the dwarven city on the eastern side of the world.
On
Goblino
the
province on the
eastern
west.
side of the land.
Yeah, the monster area, and Goblino province on the western side. So he basically traveled across all the way
Mhm.
over to the other side of the monster area, and he became a veterinarian as he found joy and peace into giving life and preserving it more than taking it. So he was helping people with their animals, treating wild animals with diseases or injuries, and he kept doing that for about like 5 years. I think his character,
I think
is,
so. Yes.
I think is what Jordan said, like 5 years.
Mhm.
And then after those 5 years, he found one of his clients being a blacksmith named Talbert, which is a really really tall giant, a really really tall dwarf, like 7 foot tall, but he's got a really small head, and he talks like a 4-year-old little boy. Um, and he was like, "Hey, you wanna come work in my blacksmith?" And Gord was like, "Sure, why not? I guess might as well." After helping Talbert's little pet, which is like a little dog, little chihuahua, and he worked in the blacksmith and found out that Talbert is a papersmith, which is creating weapons and armor out of paper. We'll get to that later.
Mhm.
But
It's very extensive.
yeah, it's very extensive paper lore. And so then he became a blacksmith for the rest of his remaining time, which was like 4 years. And then obviously the party members meet up with Gord in the blacksmith in the Iron Fist. So that's basically Gord's character wrapped up. A veteran, a traumatized veteran who became a vet, and then after that he became a blacksmith. Hmm. So that's Gord.
All right, and our other character in the main cast. Well, there was a third, but we will get to that after Mike. my character, Geppetto Vanini. So Geppetto was born in the Beast Hunters. I always get that mixed up.
It's all
The
good.
Serpent Tamers mess with me, man.
Very
So
good
Geppetto
name.
was born as the son of a blacksmith in the Beast Hunters, and he, you know, lived a very normal life. His father always busy working as a blacksmith for soldiers for the Thousand Year War and plenty of other things. He was a very dedicated man, and a set number of years. Geppetto was like 12, I'd say around this time,
Yeah.
and around that time, his father decided that he'd been standing idle for far too long, and decided that he would take his prized like mastercraft sword and go to fight in the Thousand Year War. Geppetto, after his father had left, had taken up his father's craft like fully, and then I think it was a year after or so he had received news of his father being in a battle, and the battle is not look like it's looking like he's not going that the humans are not going to win that battle. So Geppetto grabbed his stuff, grabbed what he could that he had in the shop. He grabbed one of his father's great swords that he had left on the wall, and Geppetto went along with his own halberd that he made and went to the Battle of the Thousand Year War, or at least one of the battlefields where it was supposed to be happening. And I think a week or two went by, and he's just scrounging this battlefield, and he sees his father fighting this wizard. And not soon after he sees his father fighting this wizard, it's a very much losing battle. He sees his father fall, and filled with an unbridled rage, Geppetto draws his sword, his great sword, and charges at at the wizard. Like not much else he could do. And the wizard playfully scoffs at this boy, this mere child, charging at him with a weapon, and casted a prison spell, or what was it was a time prison, right? What?
Yeah, it was basically like a void,
Yeah,
pretty much.
and it forced Geppetto to relive that painful moment for I'd say like an indefinite amount of time. Who knows how long he could have been in
Yeah,
there?
for him it felt like an eternity,
Yeah,
but it could have been
it could have been
an undescribable.
seconds,
Yeah, it's an undescribable,
and
indescribable amount of time.
the pure stress that that put him through, the just reliving that, seeing his father die over and over and over again, and it wasn't just in the exact same way. It was killed by goblins, mauled to death by wolves. Just seeing his father die in countless ways, over and over and over again. But Geppetto just being too far away to help him, or just barely not like being out of reach. Just that powerlessness, it just in the stress of it, kind of broke Geppetto. And once that was all said and done, Geppetto awoke on that battlefield again, and all of his hair was It's pure Snow White due to the stress of all of that. And now he roams these lands in search of this wizard who killed his father and seeking vengeance upon that man. And at the very beginning of the campaign, Geppetto snuck his way into the capital through the sewer lines and entered a tavern. We will get to the name of that later. Um, um, and that's where Geppetto's story starts officially in the campaign.
That's right. That's
And
right.
now we'll get to the problem child of the campaign.
Problem child, which is not with us anymore. All
Yep.
right. So the problem boy, I like to call, is his name is Bobo the Clown. That's his full name, Bobo the Clown, and he was a jester for
A court
the
gesture, yes,
yeah, a court jester for the king in
of the
the
shine.
Elven Kingdom of the Shine, for the current king, which is Hamid the Rough. And he may or may not have done some things with the king that I'm not going to get
Very
into.
very explicit.
Very explicit things, but we're
Poor
YouTube, so
poor Bobo.
poor Bobo, right? And he turns out his jokes were not funny at all. Nobody really liked him except for the king because of said things, and everyone was just like, "Get this fucking guy out of here! Like he's not funny. He's corny as shit." So the king, having no choice, being like, literally guilt tripped by the public and his own advisors, he had to kick out Bobo. Um,
Oh, my
and now,
sweet sweet Bobo.
and so now Bobo is like homeless, no job. Um, he has nowhere to go, so he just leaves and goes to get a drink at a tavern called the Greasy
Greasy
Goblin
Goblin
Butt
butt
Inn.
in. Yep.
The Greasy Goblin Butt Inn, one of the best taverns in the world, ran ran by Slive, the Goblin owner, and he's very abusive to his employees. But he's a a sweet sight for sore eyes for adventurers. Um, so yeah, he goes into the tavern to drink his sorrows away, and that is pretty much Bobo's backstory. It's very quick, very short, very easy. He was just a jester that had some problems with the king and got kicked out. So that's kind of the pre-wrap of everything before session started.
Yeah,
Um,
I don't think we missed anything. Do we want to get into the backstories of the different places, or do we want to leave that for to when we get there?
we'll leave that to when we get there,
Okay.
but I will kind of try to give a picture to them. They're obviously going to see a map in
Mm.
the future, but to kind of give a picture, the Beast Hunters and the Goblino Prophets on the western side of the world map. Then there's the Snow Warriors and the Returned Ones, which are an undead race, and they're on the northern part of the world. And then there's the Serpent Tamers and the Iron Fists. They're on the eastern part of the world. And then on the southern part of the world is the Dragonborns and Kobolds. I have a name for them, but I forgot what it is. I haven't looked at their shit in a while.
Yeah,
Um,
we haven't reached that point yet,
yeah,
so
I don't know the name of
it's
it
not
off the
very
top of my head,
relevant.
but it's not important exactly. But it's just Kobolds and Dragonborns are on the southern part with the Banking Clan as the human empires, and they're on the southern part of the world. And then the Shine is in the dead center of the world where the Eclipse started. That's their hometown
So
capital. And then
there's a massive island in the middle, which consists of the shine in the direct middle. Up
yeah,
top is the returned ones. On the right is the Iron Fist. The southern part is the dragon and kobold thing.
the
I don't
Banking Clan.
the banking clan. And on the eastern side is going to be um what's on the
Iron
east?
Fist and
No, no,
Serpent
no.
Tamers.
The left's the eastern. Oh wait, no, western.
East the
Western.
Western is Beast Hunters and
Beast
Goblino
hunters.
Prophets.
Uh, well, just on the island. It's just going to be the
Oh,
Goblino
Goblino
Prophets.
Prophets.
And then on each of those outer um, cities, there's a land bridge that connects it to a circular like lake
Yeah. If
that
we
that
can,
lead.
we'll try to
Yeah.
put a photo on the video, to kind of give like an actual picture of what it looks like. But yeah,
But yeah, you guys, you all can probably assume what we're
yeah,
getting at here.
you'll figure it out
Oh,
eventually.
and
Let's just kind of
plus,
keep going.
if you watch the videos, we will go from time to time to look at the world map.
Yeah.
But as this being a recap, we will put it up here for you, so it should be here.
Don't worry about
Um,
that. But anyway, so the capital for the monsters is the Shine, and the capital for the humans is the Beast Hunters. If you want to remember that.
mhm.
Is there anything else?
um, I think we can start,
Okay. So season one, episode one,
or
War
first
of
session,
Eclipse, first
also.
session. Basically each episode is just a session. I just like to call it episodes because it sounds cooler. So basically, Geppetto and Bobo, they, coincidentally meet up and get to know each other at the Greasy Goblin Butt Inn. And both of them, with their really silly, goofy, childish humor, they kind of form a bond together as
Oh,
like
yes, we should
companions.
probably let the viewers know of the characters' ages.
Oh, yes.
Um,
Gord is old. He is like 57, I
he's
think. Yeah, 50,
56.
56 years old.
He's
Bobo, he's in his late or late 20s.
yeah, I
He's
think he
30.
was
He's like
28,
20. He was like
26.
27, I think. He was
Yeah.
27.
And Geppetto is the youngest of all the cast here. He is currently 17 at the
Yeah.
time of this recording,
Yeah,
and
he's young.
at the very beginning of the campaign, he's like 2 months into his 17th birthday, I'd say.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we can continue from there.
Yeah, so like I said, with Bobo's terrible childish humor and Geppetto's young age, they kind of bond together with the humor and like giggle and laugh at each other.
Despite
Um,
uh, Geppetto being a human and
yeah,
Bobo being an elf, which they're not really known for liking each other.
yeah,
Because
hint, hint, wink, wink.
most of Bobo was very very mean to Geppetto
Yeah,
a
at
lot
first,
at
he had
first.
kind of
Oh no
kind
no
of.
no not at first, like all the time. He would just constantly hit at like, hey, I hate you.
But then he would immediately do a 180 bipolar turn
Help
and be
me!
like,
Help me, Geppetto! I'm your best friend!
yeah, he would. Yeah, Bobo
He was very
a
bipolar.
tweaker. He was a tweaker. Um, so, anyways, they, after meeting up in the tavern, getting to be kind of buddy buddy a little bit, they're like, well, maybe we should try to find some work to get done. Maybe explore the town around, as Bobo's never left the capital, and Geppetto's never been in the city before. They thought they might do some shopping, exploring. So they were walking around, having fun. They checked out the guards station and had some interesting squabbles with two gay goblins, as they were running amok in the city. It was really funny. It was like this whole ordeal. These two gay goblins were constantly causing trouble, robbing people and shit, and the guards were having a really tough time catching them.
They were just so
So
slimy.
yeah, they were they were too slimy. Oh,
Oh
let's
yes,
wash our
we
hands.
should let them know what the work they were doing was. They were putting up posters for the
Oh
Greasy
yeah,
Goblin Butt Inn,
yeah.
and it it was it was something. So
Oh, that's right. That's right. The owner Sly, he's like, "All right, mates, can you put up some posters? Need to do some marketing around here." And then while they were putting up posters, they got the guards to be like, "Hey, why are you putting posters up on our wall?"
It
Oh,
wasn't us. It was those gay goblins.
yeah, yeah, that's what it
What?
was.
It wasn't us. No, no, we swear.
Oh,
And
we got two bloody heads. We have every
Bubba
right to walk
was.
in the whole city.
Yeah, it was like totally those guys. Uh,
And that's what it was. Yeah, it's
yep.
been so long.
Yeah, it's.
That's why
Mhm.
it's good to have two people recapping. But anyway, so yeah, they were putting up posters for the Goblin But In. The guards were like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Then they blamed it on the two gay goblins. And with the gay goblins having a track record, the guards believed them, and they chased the gay goblins around the entire city. And then Geppetto and Bobo finished their poster putting up, um, and then they went to go back to collect their reward. And then when they went back to collect their reward, midway through discussion, the guards barge in holding one of the gay goblins. Um, I can't say why, what, what condition that goblin was in, but he was pretty much draped, being dangled around, and they're like, "Oi, this goblin says you were the ones who fucked him over. What say thee?"
It wasn't us.
And then
Uh,
the guard was like, "Oh, all right then. That explains a lot. You're going away for a long time." No,
Don't believe them. They're lying.
and he got locked away. And the other boyfriend or the other gay goblin was later to find out to be dead. Um, yeah, he died. He was
It's
dead.
a sad state of affairs.
Yeah. So after that debacle, they're like, whatever. And they collect their reward from Slive, and they hear some groaning going on in the bathroom. Some terrible groaning,
Oh God.
and I think it was Bobo. Was it Bobo or Geppetto that went to investigate? I can't
It's.
remember. I think it was
It was
Bobo. He
Bobo
was
because I had to use the restroom.
right, right. Bobo went to go investigate the groaning, and he found a goblin in the bathroom that ate a special
Ow.
meal called the
Ow.
Greasy Goblin Butt In
Ow.
Express.
It hurts. It
And it was a
hurts.
curse where if you eat it and you don't succeed a constitution roll, you constantly defecate and shit yourself and infinitely. Like it uses all your body mass and nutrients and converts it to shit, and you shit it out until there's nothing left and you die. So he was just literally sitting in a puddle of his own feces, dying. And Bubba was like, oh, poor little guy, let me help you out. And he gives him a health potion, and it cures his disease. And he's like, "Oh, thanks, man. Thank God, I'm free."
Was it? Wasn't
And
his name Ralph?
his name was Frank.
Frank. That's right.
And sorry, I'm eating, y'all. I'm hungry
Yeah,
as
it's
fuck.
okay.
And so yeah, the goblin was like, "Thank you so much. You saved me. Thank goodness. I thought I was a goner." And he's like super frail. He can't even get up. Like if he tries to walk, he's gonna fall over and crack his legs. And he's like, "Here, take this as a thank you." And he gives him a little goblino statue made of wood, a little tiny like trinket. And it's just like Goblino in his Jesus robe and holding peace sign.
Hmm.
And the goblin was just sitting there, hoping to get out sometime soon. So then Bubba was like, "Huh, that was weird. No problem, man." And he left. And then Geppetto or Hayden came back.
You can say
From
Geppetto.
taking
It makes a lot. It makes a lot more
Geppetto,
sense for the other
yeah,
part.
Geppetto came back from
Yours.
taking a piss. Um, and then they're like, "Huh, that was a weird encounter, Bobo. Let's hope we don't have that again. let's not eat that meal if you're
Yeah,
here."
yeah. That was the exact line that I'm pretty sure I said. Yeah, let's make sure we don't eat that meal ever.
Ever. So they were like, "All right, thank you very much, Mr. Slive, for your quest, but we have to go." And they left. And
I think they started heading towards the. No. Didn't they actually head to the capital to talk to the king? And they
yes,
got a quest.
yes, the Bubba was like, we should go. Bubba was contemplating whether or not he should talk to the king again and try to get his job back. And Geppetto was like, being a good friend, yeah, man, go for it, dude. I'm all for it, man. Ball out.
Mhm.
And with Geppetto's encouraging, remarks, they decided to go talk to the king. So they went to the royal area with, the approval of the capital.
Oh yes, and Bobo made fake elf ears for Geppetto, so he was allowed to enter the
Yes.
capital.
Mm-hmm. Get a little
The upper
disguise kit
parts
that he
of the
stole
capital. Oh
from the
no, no,
capital.
it was his. He
Maybe.
had a disguise kit.
Well, I'm just saying, like, for background purposes, I don't think he
Oh,
would
right.
be carrying a disguise kit on him.
Yeah, I don't really remember how he got that.
I don't know either. I'm Mr. Sticky Hands, Sticky
Ugh.
Fingers. And so yeah, Geppetto put on some little ears to camouflage himself, and they walk into the capital, and they go talk to the king. But instead of talking about his feelings and trying to make up with the king was like, handed the rough. Was like, I have a quest for you two. I need you guys to do it immediately. Oh, okay. And this quest was to head all the way to the Serpent Tamers,
Well,
south in the
south of the Serpent
forest.
Tamers.
Yeah, south of the Serpent Tamers in the deep forest and destroy supplies that are being transported from the Banking Clan to the Serpent Tamers to like halt the war effort so they don't have to start the war as soon as planned. And if they do that, excuse me, they get a whole bunch of like goodies, whole bunch of loot, whole bunch of valuables. So they're like, hell yeah! And then they go set off.
Well,
Then
didn't the king give them some stuff to start off with?
oh yeah, he gave him some starting equipment. He gave him some food, some rope, basic necessities, just in
Some
case
weapons as well.
yeah, just in case they need it. Um, which Geppetto didn't care for, but
Oh, Geppetto picked up one of their like decorated blades that they had left in there, just in case
oh
he needed
yeah.
an extra weapon.
Mm-hmm.
And then they
Yep.
started heading off towards the Iron Fist because that was
Mm-hmm.
closer.
All right, and that was the end of session one,
Yep.
I believe.
Um,
Because no,
I
yeah, it was the end of session one because Jordan couldn't make it. Gordon couldn't make it.
right. Yeah, session
And that's
two
why he
was.
wasn't even. That's why he wasn't even in the tavern to begin with.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna let Geppetto kind of explain episode two or session two a little bit.
Um,
Why focus on eating for a second?
yeah. Um, I don't really have the notes, but from my memory,
Mm-hmm.
Geppetto and Bobo began walking towards well, the Iron Fist from the capital, and it was like a what a 2 or 3 day journey, 2 day, 1 day,
Yeah, 2 day journey.
2 day journey, and like I'd say 3 hours in, uh, two humans walked past him, and initially, Bobo and Geppetto were like, we could just like rob these guys for like all they have. They look pretty weak. I mean, and like they're what they have on is like pretty fancy. We could, probably get something out of it. But they were like, let's speak of the bigger person here and just leave him alone. That that will prove to have been a very vital mistake that those two did. Um
Yep.
so they began walking towards well they continued walking towards the Iron Fist. I don't think much happened in the forest, no.
No, you guys just made your way to the Iron Fist.
Yeah. Um.
It was very quiet the entire time.
Besides that one encounter,
Yeah,
it was a nice day out too.
yeah.
Um. They and then they began walking up to the walls of the Iron Fist. These absolutely towering walls in this massive gate. And didn't they have to what wait a few hours or
Yeah, they walked up and Bobo kind of like smacked at the door. Bum bum bum. Let us in. And the guard was like, "Oi, mate, the fuck you doing? Let us in. We don't open until 8 a.m., mate. Or actually, he looks at the sun. Until 8 p.m. It's already past 8 a.m. Why? We only open the gates twice a day, so we don't get too many tourists and possible bad stuff coming in. Oh, okay.
oh yeah, and they just set up camp and waited. Forgot
Yeah,
about that.
they literally just like opened their tents and just sat in there and waited for 8 p.m. Mm. Then the gates opened up and like a stampede of wagons and people and travelers and merchants and all the sorts just start flooding out of the gates. And they had to like wait for it to pass by, or they would literally just get stomped and trampled on.
That will come in
Um,
later.
so after waiting for the stampede to subside, they go in the city of the Iron Fist, and they're like, "Well, while we're here, let's see if we can get you some weapons, Bobo.
Yeah,
We
because
might need some weapons."
Bobo was literally in a full clown costume, and we come to figure this out at a different point. But he had something called a soul knife. It's like
Yeah,
a magical knife that he could just have come out whenever he wanted.
yeah.
And so they began walking towards a blacksmith on the southeastern part of the Iron Fist.
Mm-hmm. And when they
And
get there,
oh,
they they find a nice little shop, nice little blacksmith shop. Um, hmm, forgot what I called it. Oh, yes, weapons and armor for all who need by Talbert. And they're like, Talbot. It's a weird name. And they walk in and they see this behemoth of a dwarf that's like 7 feet tall, towering over them. And he, talks his little chihuahua pipsqueak sound. My name is Talbot. Hi. Welcome to my shop. And they were immediately off put by Talbot.
yeah, it was it was a very jarring experience.
They were just like, what the fuck?
Like this
And they were,
behemoth of a dude sounds like a little fucking chihuahua in my
yeah,
ear.
just like, okay, hi. But don't let his voice fool you. He's a menace.
Yeah, he's still a behemoth,
Yeah, he's
and
still
Geppetto will
gonna
come to
kill
know
you.
that later.
So, um, they kind of talk back and forth about getting some weapons, and Talbert, he's like, "All right, I got you some weapons. Here, let me call my friend. Gord, get over here!" And then Gord pops out from the back of the smithing, and he's like in his paper armor or his paper apron. What is it? We have some people that need some more weapons and armor. Oh, okay. And I gotta give it to Jordan, who plays as Gord. He did
He did
amazing
fantastic.
with the role play. Like the improvisation was nuts. Because I didn't tell him that Gord was in the blacksmith until that session. I just popped him in, and the way he role played it was so freaking good. Like Bobo and Geppetto genuinely thought that he was going off like a script or something
Yeah.
that I planned, and it was freaking awesome. I can't believe he
I'm so sad that we couldn't get that fucking footage.
yeah. because it
Like,
was so good,
oh my
man.
god.
It was crazy.
Like, dude, I feel so bad that we just don't have any of the prior footage.
I know, dude. It would have been awesome. It would have been so cool. But that role playing though was amazing. Like
Yeah,
it was
10 out of
really
10
good.
role playing from
10 out of
him
10
there.
role playing from Gord, like actually. They basically catch up, talk about armors and weapons, and then Gord, shows off his brand new masterpiece, his paper armor. As light as a feather, but it's steel. And he grabs his battle axe, like, and the paper just like deflects the blade without a scratch. And Geppetto's just like, oh, whoa, where do I get that? And Gord was just talking about how he made it. He was like, I fold the paper infinite amount of times with a ancient dragon folding technique. And then you weld it together and smith it all on the anvil, and you create the paper armor. Ha 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 ha.
Sasa!
So yeah, basically you just fold paper. Like you know how you can only fold paper like 8 times or 7 times. He mastered like an ancient way to fold it like 1,000 plus times, and is able to make it like super durable. Um, but the price range 1,000 gold, please.
I thought it was 500.
Maybe it was 500. I don't remember.
Yep.
I would have to look back, but it was either 1,000 or 500. Regardless, Geppetto opens his wallet, a fly buzzes out. Oh, I can't afford that. Rose broke,
Hmm.
and Bobo's broke too, even though he's from riches.
Oh, he
Um,
was a bum clown.
he was a bum clown. Bo got pay docked a lot.
No, his pay was
Um,
a certain something.
yeah,
We're not allowed to talk about it here on YouTube. Follow us on Patreon.
follow us on Patreon for exclusive content.
To get the episodes early. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, so they catch up, make talk, and then Gord's like, "Well, hope you guys have fun on your adventure." But then Talbot was like, "Well, wait a minute. How about you go with them?" Oh, no, I can't. I gotta hold the fort down. Talbot was like, expressing how he feels that Gord is being held down from his real potential as a person by sitting in the smith all day, and he wants Gord to explore and take care of the two goobers and explore the world too. Maybe find some newer, better purpose in life. And after some convincing, Gord accepts it, and Talbot gives him one of his prized possessions. Um, what was it called again? The Prophet.
The Prophet. Yeah.
He gives him the Prophet battle axe. Talbert's best battle axe ever created with paper, made of paper,
Oh, it's made
and
of paper.
it's made of paper.
I didn't
It
know that.
is it is sharp as steel, and
Sharper.
he gives sharper than steel. And he gives it to him, and Gord like has an emotional moment, starts breaking down, crying, and then Talbot sends him off with Bobo and Geppetto. And I remember Bobo and Geppetto both just go,
Motherfuckers are
"Gay!
gay. Yeah,
You
dude.
guys are gay!"
Yeah,
After
what are you
they
guys
have
gay as fuck?
have that emotional moment as bro to bro, and they just scream "gay!" And then Talbot and Gore got upset. It's not gay. You guys are children. Shut up.
He's a little flustered. Yeah, it's not gay. I promise.
I
No, that
promise.
didn't happen.
No, that didn't happen. But it was funny. So now it's official. Gord's a part of the group, and he's kind of taken on this role as like the father figure or the wise old man of the group, trying to make sure the two goobers don't stray off too far from what they need to get done. Um, so he gets updated on the quest that he has to take out the caravan, and Gord's a little discouraged. He doesn't really want to go back out to fight again after everything that happened. So he's very nervous about it. He's like really against fighting. He wants to do everything but fight first. Um, but sadly, that's interrupted early as they see a little dwarf in like a green hood staring at him, and then he bolts away in the crowd. And Geppetto and Bobo are like, "What? What was that? Zach, seize him! And they were chasing him through the crowd, trying to find him, and they bump into a whole bunch of people, causing a whole bunch of chaos and noise. But the man disappeared. And they're like, "Fuck, what do we do now?" And then,
I kind of forgot about him.
yeah, right. uh,
Was
Luckily,
he supposed to be a side quest?
no,
Oh.
you know him. I'll get to that. You know him.
Oh,
You guys are
right,
kind of
right.
confused. You're
Yeah.
like, "Whoa, fuck it, whatever. He's not that big of a deal." Let's see if there's anything else cool in the city. And Gordon remembers, oh, you guys are adventurers, right? There's a quest shop down the street where you can get quests, make money. And they're like, money, money,
Money.
money, money. So they quickly scatter on over to the quest shop,
Zaza!
and they open the door and they find the green hooded man, propped up on a box. And he's like, oh, hello. You want some quests? I got them. I'm like, oh, sure, yeah, fuck yeah. What do you have available? And he's like, well, I got this one quest. Should be pretty easy. Find and stop two diplomats from the banking clan
Ah!
to the shrine.
Give me that!
And oh, okay. I have to sign some paperwork first. Hold on, hold on. You have to sign this contract right here,
Here.
and then you sign this one right here,
Yep.
and then this one,
Uh,
and then you sign the quest.
mm-hmm.
Make sure you have this paper on at all times,
Yep.
and you're good. All right, you're
We
good.
gotta go! Bobo and Geppetto are literally basically fly out of that little quest shop
Yeah.
towards the gates.
As they realized, wait, two diplomats from the banking clan. Those are humans. We just saw two humans walking to the shrine. To the shrine. God damn it! So they skedaddle on as fast as they can. Gord's like, hold on! I can't keep up. I'm tired. Bobo's like, man, let's just leave this old geezer behind. And Geppetto's like, well, we need a rest anyway. We don't want to exert our energy too much. Maybe we'll have to kill them.
Yeah.
Better to slow down. We'll catch up to them eventually anyway. They're diplomats. They're probably taking their sweet ass time. Which wasn't really the best move, but regardless.
Would we have been able to catch up with him?
No, well, maybe. You would have had to actually leave Gore behind and get like level 6 exhaustion. Like just completely exert yourself.
Like non-stop move, yeah.
Yeah, non-stop sprinting. And then you would have caught him entering the building.
Ooh.
Like they would have been entering the building if you just full sprinted the entire time. Um, so yeah, not very.
It was very unlikely.
Yeah, very unlikely. But anyway, so they kind of chill, let Gord catch himself, and then they just casually walk on over to the shrine, and then they find.
No, it wasn't casual. I know we were speeding up.
Oh yeah, speed walking.
Yeah, we were power walking our fucking asses over there.
Like middle-aged women trying to
Yeah.
find a workout, bro. And on their way to the shines, power walking, they find this group of like bandit elves that are heading towards the Iron Fist. And immediately, Geppetto and Bobo like raise their weapons off rip. Don't even discuss. Ah,
Oh wait, did
who goes there?
oh no. What happened was that they were talking about killing some humans, did they?
Yeah, they had the same quest as y'all. They're like, oh, can't wait to go kill these fucking humans, mate. Oh no, I remember. I'm looking at my notes. Okay, so they did another quest that was very similar, but it wasn't y'all's. They had to
Yeah.
kill two humans as well, but it was different. And they're like,
And
well,
Geppetto
we'll
and
go.
Bobo heard them talk about killing two humans, and immediately, the second they heard that,
Yeah.
Geppetto drawed his halberd and attacked the nearest guy, and then that combat encounter that started.
Yeah, it was very quick. Gore didn't really want to fight. He just put his axe down and started leaning on it. He was just like, "Oh, you damn kids! Why don't you just talk first? I'm not fighting." He starts like leaning on his axe, casually picking his nails, while Geppetto and Bobo were fighting for their lives. Um,
Fighting for our lives, we were slaughtering those elves.
well, I don't know about that. Bobo almost died, didn't he?
Did he? I don't remember that.
He was getting mogged because he tried to loop around them and then
Mm,
tackle him, and then
yeah,
he
that's
tackled
right.
him, and then Geppetto was completely surrounded as well.
Oh yeah, but I was taking guys down one after another.
True, true. But
Like
still, like
Geppetto was just covered in blood. That wasn't his
it
own.
wasn't a cakewalk of a fight.
Yeah.
Bobo was struggling big time. Oh fuck, excuse me. So they finished the fuck. They finished the fight after Gore just. You guys done yet? Yeah, we're done.
There's one last guy.
Now, let me out, please. I have a family. I have a family. Look, you see the picture? There's my wife, and there's my kids. Just let me go.
Yeah. I don't really remember exactly what happens with the guy that was last. I know Bobo
You
tortured
let
him
him.
some.
You let him get away
Did we?
after torturing. Yeah, she let him run.
I thought he died. I thought Bobo
Mm.
like absolutely murdered
Oh,
him.
he was running away, and then Bobo like killed him on the run back. Like he was like,
Yeah,
"All right, you're free to go." And then the elf started running, and then Bobo's like, "Yeah, I changed my mind." And
yeah,
killed him.
that's what it was.
Yeah. And then
Um,
Geppetto had the audacity to pick up all the family photos, all the
mm,
family pictures of all the dead people. He put it in his little bag, his little satchel. Well, finders keepers. That
yeah.
house.
Yeah. Um, and then they continued their power walk towards the shrine right after that gruesome encounter.
Yep. They keep walking, but then it starts to become night. Chirp, 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 chirp.
Oh fuck.
And
Uh,
then they have to set up camp.
Geppetto decides, "Hey guys, I'll take first watch." As
All right.
Gord and Bubbo drift off to sleep, Geppetto began his watch the over the campsite, and I don't really remember this exactly, but he began hearing what voices?
We began hearing strange, like, animal noises that weren't really animals, and he kept seeing black shadows popping around, like, behind trees, staring at him. He was very confused on what the fuck that was.
And didn't he? Either he stood up or he got attacked, right?
He told the group, he was like, "Hey, y'all wake up. There's something in the trees." Huh? What are you talking about? And then Geppetto gets tackled by this creature. It was a fuck, I can't remember the actual beast name. It started with an N. Uh, I want to say nymph, but I don't think it was a nymph.
No.
It was a I don't remember.
Yeah. It
Basically, just a human, like a feral human dog, is what it was, with like a cyclops eye. Um,
a lichen.
no, it wasn't a lichen. I don't.
Yeah.
I can't.
It
I'm
it
gonna have to
doesn't
look it
really
up.
remember. Oh, it doesn't
It
matter.
doesn't really matter. But they might see it again. Depends. But
So
anyway, they
so.
found this like dog-like creature with one eye and human characteristics, like same skin tone and appendages, and it tackles Geppetto and just takes a nice chomp out of his neck. And Gore's like, "Oh, I've seen these before!" And he like attacks the creature and kills it in like two attacks,
Yeah.
and it dies. And then Geppetto is bleeding out of the neck and has this weird like black veiny um, disease disease infecting him in his body. And Gore was like, "Oh, I've seen this disease. It's the black tooth disease. We have to get him to a clerk, stat, or he can't be healed. He'll die and turn into another one of those." He points over to the dead dog. Bubba's like, "Well, shit, man, we better skedaddle." So they quickly pick up Geppetto, which is dying, bleeding out, well, stabilized now. Um, but the disease is slowly killing him. And they quickly run over to the capital in like 8 hours.
Geppetto was
Geppetto.
very delirious
Oh
during
yeah,
that
he was
state.
tweaking. He was tweaking. He kept
Um,
like
I remember
giggling.
at one point, the sun told him, "Hey, look up, buddy." Is that right? You can be right. You're so right. He was, he was a, he was geeking. Like
Yeah,
actually, he was,
the sun was talking to him. He was giggling. He was tweaking, geeking. Any word you could describe, pretty much.
and I remember distinctly at one point, Bubbo said, "Why don't we just leave this guy?"
Yeah, and Bobo was like, "Well, he might just die. What if we just leave him behind?" And Gord's like, "What are you talking about? How dare you say that?" What?
Why,
Just
it's
an
true
idea.
though.
I mean, like, what's the worst that happens? He dies? Doesn't sound like a bad ending to me. Bubba was a curious figure. He was a friend at points and an op at others.
At most points in op.
So they quickly run to the capital and they get up to the royal level. And they convince the guards that Geppetto needs immediate treatment. And they put like the elf ears on him to trick the guards, and they let him in, but with high security. Um, like all the guards need to be escorting them to the cleric. And they quickly head over to the cleric.
Because of
And
two human diplomats that were in
yeah,
the shrine.
yep. Diplomatic discussions are taking place. Can't let any visitors in. It's an emergency. He's dying. Fine, fine. We'll give you a heavy escort, and then you can leave. All right? Fine, whatever. Just take us to a cleric. And they get in. They go to the cleric's office, which is the king's personal cleric. What do we have here? Geppetto, help me, help me. Oh Jesus, the black tooth virus. Not very good. Let me see if I can try to help it. And they does some like magic shit. Don't have the strength that I used to. Does anyone here know of psionic energy?
All right.
Only
And
psionic energy is the way to cure this
and
disease.
Bobo was like, I don't, but let me take a look at it.
Yeah, the worst way to like lie. He was just like, "Well, I don't have psionic energy, but
But
let me
I
give
just
it
want
a
to take a
try.
look at it.
Let me give it a try and take a look." Okay, by all means. I mean, if you don't have psionic energy, it's not going to
What
work.
are you
No,
gonna
no,
do?
no, no. Let me look.
Maybe I know something else that might help. Mm.
Yeah, it was wild. And he walked up and he rolled a sleight of hand check. I'm not going to say whether he succeeded or not.
He fucking
And
failed that shit. I know he failed that shit.
they he casts his psionic energy or his psionic blade and he heals Geppetto's diseased wound. And he was like, "Whoa, my God, what did you do?" And then
I don't know. It just
Bubba
seemed like he just got better.
he pulls out a health potion. He's like, maybe this health potion helped him. I don't know. I mean,
No,
I
but
just gave
health
him
potions make it worse. What, right?
oh
That's what it was?
yeah. I was like, but no, you can't use normal magic. Normal magic would just make it go faster. Well, I don't know. Maybe this potion's different. It was a
It's
really
my
weird.
Zaza potion.
It's my Zaza potion, made by Wonder Man himself. So yeah, it was a terrible, or not terrible. It was a goofy ass encounter with the cleric, and Geppetto was back to normal.
Ugh,
Um,
I don't feel
he'd
so
always
good.
just so you know,
Geppetto's always
he
going
gets
through some shit.
he gets fucked up like every session,
And by
almost
the
every
way,
session.
it is not planned at all.
Yeah, it's not planned for him to get fucked. He just rolls not once so many times, and I rolled not 20s a lot against him. Um,
Yeah.
and it's just
Gord is
insane.
very, very lucky.
Yeah, Gord rolls not 20s like twice a session.
Though most of Geppetto's solo missions go very well for him.
Which is so weird. Like when Geppetto's doing his own thing, he succeeds very much. But when he's with a group, he fumbles. I guess that's
Uh,
just because he's always been alone at the beginning.
yeah, I guess you could literally just have it put to Geppetto doesn't know how to fight in a group, and I guess you could say it's stage fright.
Maybe.
Like he's just nervous that you know maybe they'll see him differently and leave him like other people have in the past.
Yeah. Or he doesn't. He can't quite trust them to have his back.
Yeah,
You know, full confidence and all that. I don't know, but it's just really weird.
we're just thinking of
But
lore reasons why he could.
yeah. So anyway, they leave the cleric's office after Geppetto's all better. He just got recovered, mind you. He's very weak,
Ugh,
and
so.
they see the two diplomats leaving the capital, and they're walking off to exit the royal floor, and they're like, "It's our chance, Geppetto. I know that you're like really injured,
But create
and
a distraction.
I'm stupid Bobo, but I'm gonna use my psionic blades, which can't be seen, and I'm going to kill them." Gord just being, oblivious, just kind of looking at
Oh,
the
oh, they were
campfire.
talking telepathically
Oh yeah,
to each other.
Bobo has telepathy speech. So Gord was just kind of tuning out the telepathy
Oh
speech.
no, it wasn't able to go to Gordon because it's just between two people.
Right. It's just between two people. That's right. That's right. It's just between two people. So Gord was just like, I wonder what's going on. Aren't those the
And
two guys?
and Gord was at the very front of the escort, so he
No,
couldn't.
he was with them. Oh no, he was in the back. Gord was in the back of the escort. You were in the front, and Bobo
Right.
was in the middle because you just got healed. You're barely walking, and they dragged you out. Um.
Ugh, fuck.
Anyway, they were going to do a distraction, but Bobo did a preemptive move and threw the blades straight at the diplomats successfully. I think he rolled like a 19 or a
Yeah,
nat
he
20.
rolled pretty well.
He rolled really well, and he killed both of those diplomats with like two blades. Just dink dink right in
Yeah,
their
but
throats.
as the distraction to like keep the guards off of like so Bobo could throw his blades, Geppetto pretended to trip, and
Mm-hmm.
the guards, not feeling at their best, were like, and fuck this guy. They started literally kicking the shit out of Geppetto.
Yeah, the guard by and I quote, "Well, no better time than ever." And he just starts, "Gah, gah, gah." He starts kicking him. You homeless little bum. Gah, gah. You're a homeless fucking bum. He starts kicking the shit out of Geppetto, almost killing him. And the other guards start joining in. He gets a beat down. It was crazy. It was crazy. Bro got fucked. Bro got mocked. Um,
Oh look, another homeless person.
better time than ever. And Bobo, preemptively and using that distraction to kill the two diplomats. And then the guard's like, huh? No, god damn it. I kick a homeless person for 5 seconds. They leave to go examine the situation. And to them, they just see like two dead people that could have died of like a heart attack since you can't see like an entrance or an exit wound of the psionic blades. So they just thought they died of like a stroke or something. And they're just like, well, all right, we gotta go. We got you three have to get out of here. And then the captain of the guard inspects the body, and he was like, wait a minute, I know this type of shit before. This is psionic energy. Those three must have used psionic energy for them. Seize them! and they point their blades at Gord, Geppetto on the floor, and Bobo. Gord just he's so like over it at this point. He's just like, whatever, take me. And he puts his axe down. He puts his hands out to be handcuffed. Geppetto just gets picked up by one of the guards after being beaten and handcuffed. Bobo kind of puts up like a fight. He's like, "No, you'll never take me alive!" And he starts running, making a book for it, and he like throws a barrel over him, and they're just like, "All right, buddy, just come with me. It's not that deep, man." Oh, fine.
But hey, it's me, Bobo, the funny one. You know me, Bobo the clown.
It was
Tell
a
me a joke.
no, no. Didn't didn't that guard start crying too? And didn't Bobo also start crying?
No, that was later in the prison.
Ah, fuck, I don't remember.
But the royal guard was like, "Oh yeah, you're Bobo the clown. Well, how about this? You make me laugh, and I let you go. Deal? If you don't make me laugh, you go straight to prison. No questions." Okay. Why was six afraid of seven? Why? Because seven, eight, nine. Laughing at his own joke, like on the floor rolling. The guard, well, I made him roll a performance check and he rolled a nat one. And the guard stares directly into his soul, kind of like the drill sergeant in Attack on Titan. Just boom. That wasn't funny. Um, yes, it was. And he locks him up immediately. No, get me! Get off me! And they handcuffs him, and they shackle them up, and they escort him to prison cells. There's the king. They close the key, and the royal captain's like, "Look, mates, I don't know why y'all being so rude. I'm on y'all side. You just have to like trust me for 5 minutes, and I'll get you out. All right, I'll fuck with y'all. You guys are cool people, especially you, Gord. You're a dope one." Um, and that's kind of the only reason why he thinks they're chill. He recognizes Gord as being a legendary general. He thinks it's wrongful imprisonment, so he just tries to get him out. And he walks off. "Just stay here until the trial. Don't do anything stupid while we're gone. All right? We good? Y'all
All
good?
right, all right.
All right.
Hey, Bobo, you want to break the fuck out of this place?
Hell yeah, I do.
All right. All right, Geppetto, you can take it from here. How you try to
Yeah.
escape this prison?
So, we've explained Bobo's little quirkiness and what he can do as a uh, Bobo was a rogue, by the way. I'm playing a fighter, and is playing a barbarian. All martials. Yay! We don't have one spellcaster in our group. It's very
Well,
odd. Like,
y'all have spells, magic tendencies.
yeah, at least me and Bobo do have magic tendencies. Geppetto, how he likes to. Okay, so what Geppetto can do is summon a phantom version of himself that he can control within like a set distance, and he uses it in combat and whatnot. It's very useful for him, and it's his echo. It's like a mirror version of himself.
Yeah, he has the Echo Knight subclass.
Yeah, and if any of you are familiar with it, Matt Mercer made it. It's, in my opinion, a very cool subclass that makes fighter actually pretty viable. Unless you're a battle master fighter. I think battle master and Echo Knight are the only two really good subclasses for fighter. Personal opinion, but whatever. Um, so Geppetto can summon his echo in a number of ways, but his favorite is just clapping his hands. Just simple. And
Fucking Toto type shit.
That was the inspiration for it because because Geppetto can swap places with his Echo. Um, and I just okay. Warning from now on. A lot there's going to be a lot of references to the anime Jujutsu Kaisen in this campaign.
Yeah, I mean, it just matches so perfectly, though. That's the crazy
Yeah.
part. Like,
So
like accidentally.
if you've watched Jujutsu Kaisen, you might like it. You might not. That's kind of up to you.
Right.
Um, but just a little content warning if you don't like that. If you don't like references to other medias in your content, then this might not be for you. Yeah, we probably should have started with that. Sorry, I think we're
Whatever.
an hour in.
It's all good.
Yeah, whatever. Um, so Geppetto, looking through the cracks, through the little peephole in the cell door, he summons his echo, and Bobo gives him a lockpick, and he goes to lockpick the door, and my echo says,
Um, buddy, it just fell through the floor.
"What? What do you mean it fell through the floor?"
And I go to lockpick it, it just fell through the floor.
So Wyatt, our DM here, rolled for me for the echo to lockpick the door. Apparently, he rolled a nat one.
Yeah. So I wrote it separately because, he doesn't have control, like direct control of the Echo. It's like a separate person, its own identity, kind of. So
Not
I rolled
really.
it, and I rolled a nat one on it. It's like, wow. It fell through the floor. It just, whoom, 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 phased through like a ghost.
Ugh, are you serious? Man, just and Geppetto claps his hands again and just swaps places with the echo.
I just imagine Geppetto's like in this prison hallway looking back and forth. Oh my god, oh my god.
He's looking left to right, and oh, by the way, Bobo pulled that lockpick out of his prison pocket. We're not going to explain what a prison pocket is, but his prison pocket.
Yo, that's wild. Did he?
Yes, he said that.
What? Since when did he have that?
I,
Anyway,
I
moving on.
yeah. Or he
That's
fashioned a lockpick out of something. I don't really
oh my
remember.
god.
It might have been like a hairpin or something,
So whack.
but I'm pretty sure it was his prison pocket.
Yeah. Alright, alright.
Um, yeah. And so Geppetto hastily looks left and looks right. And I think on his right side there were two guards sitting down at the table at the very end of the hallway. And the other side is just a door. And what happens here again? I remember one of the guards like walks up.
One of the guards leaves. He's like, "All right, mate, you're gonna handle it from here. I'm gonna go take care of the night shift." Okay, sounds good, man. And he's like playing with this little rubber ducky
Yeah.
on the table. After the second guard leaves, he like secretly pulls it out, making sure no one's looking, and he starts playing with his rubber ducky. Wingy, wingy.
What was its name again?
Um,
Oh, let's get to it. Let's continue.
yeah, I don't remember.
Oh, you don't remember the name? Damn.
Maybe later. Maybe I'll figure it out later. I'll think about it.
Okay, continue.
So oh, I remember now. So he was so Geppetto looks both ways. Okay, I think everything's good. And he starts making his way to the door because obviously he doesn't want to go to the guards. So he starts quickly sprinting over to the door, and all the other prisoners are like, "Oi! How the fuck you get out the doors? How did you get out of the cells? Hey, we want out too. Unlock my door. Hey, get my door too." And then the guard, hearing all the ruckus, "Hey, what the hell? Hey, you got out! William, let's go get him!"
Yep, William.
And he starts full sprinting with his spear in one hand and William the rubber ducky in the other hand towards Geppetto. And Geppetto heading to the door, he tries to open it and it's locked. Guys, It's locked. And he turns around and he sees the guard chasing him. So he has no choice but to fight. And I can't remember how the fight went. I think you tackled him.
Yeah, I
Um,
think I tackled him to the floor.
yeah, and then you got
I
you whipped
grabbed
him.
the rubber ducky, and I think I also had his weapon,
Yeah,
or
he took his spear. Yeah.
and I was like, "I'll fucking do it! I'll kill William! No, no, bro, come on, I'll let.
No, no, no.
Give me the keys.
Put William down. Put William
Give
down.
me the keys.
And
I'll fucking do it!"
no, no, just okay. Takes the keys out, slides it over. Here. Give me back my William,
Okay,
please.
I'll put him down slowly.
Okay. The
You put him.
minute the rubber ducky touches the ground, he fucking like a dog grabs it, attacks it, and runs away. William, you're okay now. It's okay, William. Everything's fine. Caressing the rubber ducky. And now, Geppetto has keys, prison keys. And you open up every single door to the cells, right? Because you were like,
Oh, first I opened up Gord's and theirs, and they were like,
yeah,
"Hey, let
you
us
opened up.
out! Let us out!"
Yeah, you open up Bobo's and Gord's, and they're like, "Oh, well, I guess we're leaving. Finally, about time, bro." And then the other prisoner's like, "Come on, let us out, man. Let me be free. Let me be free."
And
Uh,
didn't I start hearing the guards
yeah,
coming?
you started hearing the second guard coming down from his like break. And you're like, maybe I could start a prison riot. And you open up all of the prison cages, and they're like, "Yay, we're free!" And then I think it was Bubba who decided to do an inspirational speech.
Yeah, and he
Was it?
fucking failed.
Yeah. He was like, "Oh, I got this, bro. You want a prison riot? I got you." And he gets up on like a soapbox, and he goes, attention, Bubba speaking." And I don't remember the exact words, but he gave like the worst speech
It
about
was
how
a
like
absolutely
like
horrible
it was
speech.
just brain rot to them. He heard skibbity toilet, Ohio Riz.
It wasn't
You know?
actually that shit, but that's what it basically was.
It was brain rot, and these prisoners were like, "Man, what the fuck are you talking about? Hey, instead of prison rioting the guards, let's prison riot these fuckers." Yeah, I like that idea. Because I bet if we turn y'all in, we'll get mad money or freedom. Get them, bro! And they start chasing the group, Bobo, Gord, and Geppetto, and Gord's just like, again? I hate running.
And so Geppetto and the rest of the group began running down to the other side of the hall to where the door was. Geppetto quickly unlocked it, and he wait.
Barely.
Yeah,
Which
barely.
key? Which key?
This one, no. This one, no.
Hurry up and open the door!
And
You
go.
guys fled out.
And we close the door behind us, lock it, and we turn around and see the dining hall of all the guards.
All their forks and knives drop, and their jaws bong as they stare at him. Complete awkward silence.
Hey, we can talk about this, right?
What the fuck? Get them. They all quickly jump out of their seats and grab their weapons and armor and putting on their helmets, pointing their spears towards you. All right. Just get back in your cell, and there doesn't have to be a problem. Okay?
What
Bobo.
happened?
Well, everyone got split up. Gord was
He was in
at
the
the
hallway,
door.
wasn't he?
Gord was at the door. Like he just walked in.
Mm.
Geppetto was like a few feet forward, and then Bobo went to the far right side for some ungodly reason. And it was Bobo to do something, and Bobo was like, "I'm gonna do a fucking flip, a
Right.
front flip
No, no,
over
no,
the
no.
guard."
Over the table.
No, it was over a guard. He wanted to flip over a guard. I remember this distinctively because he, the way he described it was wild. He's like, "I want to front flip over the guard, like his entire body, and then land behind him, and then sprint to the staircase in the dining room." And I was like, "Roll acrobatics at disadvantage."
Because you need at least a running start to do that shit.
Right. And these guards were like at least 6 foot. They're all elves. They're
Yeah.
minimum 6 foot. So you have to do a 6 foot vertical, maybe a 7 foot vertical, just to
You have
get
to
up.
literally dive over them and finish the front
Bro,
flip so you have your feet in front of you. Like Jesus Christ, you have to get
it
some crazy
it
height on
was
that.
you would need rocket pads on your feet, dude, like literal rocket launchers for feet. And he rolled, and to my surprise, he rolled a natural 20 and a 19 on disadvantage. So I was like, "Fuck." Well, I guess he passed. I mean, he didn't fail. And I was like, "Sure, you do a front flip over this guard and land directly behind him, and you do like the Olympic pose after you finish doing your trick." And all the guards are just looking at you like, "Huh, that was neat." And they point
Seize
their
him!
spears at you. And they point their spears at you, and they lock you up. They handcuff you. Ah. It was really funny though. I can't believe he actually managed to front flip over the guard, bro. Whoa, 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 whoa. Ah,
I
ta-da!
thought he broke his legs.
He sprained his ankles.
That's what it was.
Oh God! Oh, I did it. What do you think of them apples? You're under arrest. Ah,
Damn it!
fuck. And they handcuff him. And Gord, again, he's still kind of conflicted what to do. He grabs like one of the weapons that wasn't picked up in the dining room, and he picks it up as like self-defense. But he's still very hesitant to fight. And Geppetto's just like ready to book it at this point. He's ready to sprint. So they had a choice: either fight through the guards or fight through the prisoners. Which one would they pick? Geppetto, with him being up next to do something, he was like, "I'm gonna open the door and let the prisoners in." Okay. He opens the door, and the prisoners all flood in. Ah! Where is he? Oh, mm, listen, I could explain. And this, there's this dwarf who's like, 3 feet tall with an eye patch. Listen, guys, I could explain. They let us out, and we thought if we captured them, you would let us go free. The guards seized them, and all the guards just charge at the prisoners, and it was like a whole like prison riot, pretty much. Basically, what they wanted. They had a whole prison fight going on, and Gord was caught in it a little bit. Geppetto got caught in it. Bobo managed to like hop his way out of it and get to back to regrouping with the rest of them. And they see this chance as an opportunity to leave, so they leave. Gord picks up Bobo after his ankles are sprained. Ah, my legs, my legs. And Gord's got this weapon, and then the captain guard, or the guard captain, comes in. He's like, all right, let's all the God fucking damn it. And he walks over to Gord after through all the chaos. Gord, listen to me, man. Just get back in your cell. Well, I don't know if I can trust you, man. I don't know if I can trust you. I know if I know anything, I know the monster's law. And I know if you don't pass that trial, you're most likely gonna live the rest of your life in hell. And that's not for me. Just listen to me. Listen! You just have to trust me, man. Your friends are already injured. You guys tried to escape prison. That's already looking bad for y'all in trial without my help. Just think, Gord, think. Use your brain. What will you have after this trial, huh? You will have nothing. Nothing at all. You'll just be wandering around as a prisoner or dead. So get back in your cell, and I'll put a good word in for you. All right? Oh, all right, fine. I trust you. Fine. And Gord drags Bobo into the cell, and Gord gets in the cell. He's like, Geppetto, get in the cell.
All right. I'm pretty sure. Actually, no. That didn't. That shit didn't happen. What happened? What Geppetto did was,
Yeah.
nah, let's squabble. He got his ass kicked
Yeah, he was like,
and was thrown in the cell.
I'm not letting this chance get away. Let's go. And then it cuts to the captain guard just literally punching him into the cell. My
I'm
body
going to
hurts.
sleep.
Oh, All right, I'm gonna let that one slide, Mr. Geppetto. That won't happen again. All right?
Ugh.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Rise and shine. All right, make sure you guys are up and ready to go. I gotta take a fucking nap. And he leaves. The night goes by, and that was the end of that session.
That
It's the end of
was,
episode 2.
yeah. In episode 3, one of the crazier sessions.
The trial. The trial was a classic. It was actually over the course of 2 sessions. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
it was a two and a
A two
half
part.
session.
It was a yeah. It was a two part episode.
No,
Um,
a yeah, a 1.5 session
yeah. So a two-part
ordeal.
episode.
Yeah,
And so the guard is like, "All right, wakey, wakey, eggs and bakey. It's morning. You guys ready for your trial?" No. Well, too bad. They open the cell. Y'all get kicked out and escorted. You guys notice that all the prisoners are back in their cell, all depressed, beat up, fucked up. And then they make their way over to the courtroom in the Capitol, and they see 5 like black robed elves that are like elderly men sitting on each of the 5 podiums, and they have it looks like a regular U.S. court, but it has 5 judge tables instead of one, and they go in like a diamond shape. And then they sit down and they're like, all right, order, order, order. Pum, pum, pum. We will begin the trial of the assassination of the 2 diplomats inside of the Shine, which were trying to resolve peace and prosperity between the monsters and the human empires. Let us begin with the prosecutors. The prosecutors are like 2 little slimy elves that are hunchbacked and like they look disgust. They look like a combination of a goblin and an elf, and they're gross. And they're like, "Yes, of course. We would like to start with our first piece of evidence: the fact that Bobo used psionic energy to heal his friend Geppetto, as we have come to the conclusion from our Captain Guard that he identified psionic energy in the presence of the murder. And we now know that Bobo used psionic energy. What say thee?" No, I didn't do shit. Where's your proof? Oh, I'm glad you asked. May the king's cleric come to the stand. Says the crowd. Gasps the crowd, and the cleric comes in. All right. What's the question? Did you or did you not identify psionic energy coming from Bobo when healing said disease? And can you identify the disease and how to cure it? Yes, Geppetto was infected with the black tooth disease, which causes his body to morph and degenerate into another, monster. And the only way to cure it is by concentrating enough psionic energy to pretty much atomize the disease. Excellent. Now, can you tell me how you identified it from Bobo? Well, it was kind of strange when Bobo, after I made the claim that we need psionic energy, how he just randomly decided to walk up and, look at the wound, air quotes, and then he slipped out a health potion saying he gave him a health potion when healing someone with normal healing properties will actually make the disease worse and fasten, and that was just a regular old health potion for my inspection. So there was no other way but psionic energy from him to take place. Thank you very much. You may sit down. Thank you very much. All right. I see. What say thee on the defendants? Nuh-uh. I didn't do that, says Bobo. Well, you literally just... All right, bro. You literally just said,
Um,
or we just proved that you did it. And then
didn't
the
didn't
Captain Guard
Geppetto
was...
carry most of the?
Yeah, Geppetto was like the head guy here. The Captain Guard, try not to look biased. He was just giving advice under the table, but Geppetto was like the main defendant here. And the Captain Guard was like whispering to Geppetto, and then Geppetto would speak. What say thee?
Man, like I'm gonna be completely honest. I was talking. Geppetto was talking out of his ass.
Yeah, bro was yapping. Bro was yapping. Basically, what Geppetto said was, "Well, if Geppetto, was healed with psionic energy, why couldn't we see it as in the cleric's point of view? Because the cleric had to physically touch my body in order to begin the healing process, while Bobo did not. So there is no proof in detecting psionic energy, as he did not commit the same ritual as the cleric." Very interesting. The defendants may proceed. Anyways, to the second claim, prosecutors? Yes, of course. Um, we also identified that there were family photos on their belongings, proving that they are murderers and deceivers. As you can take a look, and they show all the pictures out to the public, and it's all
Geppetto's like
elven
heart
families.
dropped.
They're all elven families, and the men are all like X'd out in the photos. As you can see, they have been collecting photos of elves that they have murdered. And we have proof, as we brought one of their families over here to prove it.
Mm.
Oh my god. And a wife, an elven wife or widow now, and her child walk in, and she goes up to the stand. Now, I'm dearly sorry for your loss, but can you please explain what happened to your husband approximately 2 days ago? Yes,
Mm.
my husband and his group of friends were desperate need of work, and they decided to, get together and hunt down some quest jobs and seek out, exploration. And they got a mission, and my husband wrote back that they were almost done collecting their reward and they could finally pay the house off and feed the children again. And I was so happy to hear that. And then all of a sudden, I get a knock on my door with his head and a letter from the guards stating that he is dead and someone has murdered him on his journey. And and it, it and she starts breaking down in tears. It's okay, madam. It's okay. Don't worry. You don't need to explain anymore. So, as the widow walks off with her kid, as just described, these were just mere elves trying to find work to support their families. Right? Nothing seems to be the matter. But no, these three have the gall to murder them in cold blood. And have the audacity to hold on to their personal belongings and keep it as sort of a trinket, a reward. I find that quite barbaric. What does the defendant have to say about that one?
So from
Mr.
what
Crouch.
from what I remembered, Geppetto immediately spoke up and tried to bring up the point that this was not a cold-blooded murder, but an act of self-defense.
Yeah, he tried to portray it as self-defense.
And the reason he had these family photos was because he intended to return them back to the families as like a an apology.
Yeah.
But other things happened on their way back to the capital, and that they weren't able to return said belongings in time.
Yep, that's pretty much about what summed it up. And the judges were like, very interesting, very interesting. What say the prosecute? Oh, don't worry. We have one last piece of evidence that will surely have them guilty. We bring the king himself, Hamid the Rough. No.
The king.
The king. The king opens up and walks, guarded by two royal guards, and he sits down on a royal throne. Now, my glorious king, may you please answer some questions of mine. My
My
sweet
sweet
Bobo!
Bobo.
Why would you do this? We haven't gotten that far, King, my lord. Just wait. Just get on with it.
I can't bear this sight anymore.
I can't bear it. I know. Don't worry. Just answer these questions. Oh, just get on with it. No. All right. So, did you or did you not have personal relations with Bobo the clown.
Crowd
Oh,
gasps.
I did, and it was glorious. I thought we had something, Bobo.
And
I thought we
Bobo,
had a connection.
also tearing up. I can't remember exactly what he said. But
But you backstabbed me, Bobo. You went behind my back.
You used me
I did
like
not use you,
like I was
Bobo.
a toy for your own sick pleasure.
No, that's not true. I thought we were lovers. But
You
we
used
are
me
something.
every day.
As you can see with their bickering, Your Honor, they have a sort of personal relation with each other. And it seems that Bobo may have some sort of spite against the king due to recent events of being fired for, and he quotes, not being funny enough in the courtroom. So, it would be obvious that Bobo would commit such an atrocity against the king. He is trying to get back at him. Revenge, even, for the king. Why would you do it, Bobo? My sweet, sweet Bobo. And then Bobo went on a yap session about how the king was like a fraud and an evil, wicked man who used Bobo and
sick and
did some bad,
depraved ways.
did some bad things to him. I'm not gonna get into detail. Did some bad
We
things to him.
can't get into detail.
And after that, the judge finally declared that they were innocent and they didn't have any solid proof of their crimes. So they were released, and the king was leaving. Oh my Bobo! And then he leaves. And then the prosecutors, God damn it, I'm gonna lose money from this. And then the defendants, Geppetto and his group, we did it, we're free. Congratulations, boys, you are free men. Chink, chink, chink. Now get the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
we're
Where's your
gone.
stuff? Your stuff is outside. Oh, okay.
Next.
Cool. You guys quickly skedaddle and leave. Oh, fresh air, finally! Gord finally relieved that it's over. He was basically like the lawyer. As Gord knows a lot of the laws and rules in the monster tribe, he was basically doing all the paperwork, reading at all the files, the
Mhm.
documents, and
And
providing
and
like
Geppetto was like the peer defendant,
yeah,
doing all the speaking. Gord was doing all the paperwork, and Bu-
yeah.
Bubba was useless.
Bobo
Besides,
just
besides on
he
that
was
final like part, he's tried to say a few things, and it was
it was
bad.
gibberish, dude. It was gibberish. The
Bubba,
judges
Bubba,
were
shut
just
up.
like, okay. It was bad, but yeah, Bobo was just there. And then, so they all leave, and the king, says, "I'm still opening that quest to y'all if you want to get it done.
All
I
right,
hope my little Bobo can be better treated this time. Be a better boy. Be a good boy.
make me proud.
Make me proud." And the king
Caresses his
leaves.
shoulder. No,
And the
like
king
he
leaves.
touched him inappropriately,
Yeah,
didn't
we're
he?
not talking about that. We're not
Yeah,
talking about
that
that.
was.
YouTube.
Ugh.
Yeah, the king did some wild stuff to Bobo on session.
Yeah. Mm.
But
Yep.
what
The
can I
king's
say?
a depraved man.
The king is yeah, he's a very depraved man after events that they don't know about that I've written
No
down.
one will know about.
I don't think y'all want to know. So
Maybe when I write the book,
you're gonna write a book.
like when this is all said and done, I'm gonna write a book.
You're gonna write a book. All right. Chat GPT style.
No, no, I'm actually a pretty good author.
All right. MLA phone. All right.
No, you can't write a book in MLA, bro.
Watch me.
Dude, all the sources are gonna be from these videos.
Exactly.
No,
In exactly 13 minutes and 11 seconds.
no, no.
So anyway, they continued their original quest, which is to get the shit done.
Stop a
And
caravan south of
yeah,
Serpentarius.
and now with their new quest completed to eliminate the diplomats, they didn't get the proof they needed, but they instead grabbed the proof from the Elven group that got their mission done and swapped it out for
No,
theirs.
no, didn't they grab a news flyer saying like
Oh
two
yeah, that's
human
right.
diplomats were killed,
That's right. That's right. That's right.
and
So they're right
and they
back.
were
They're
put
like,
on trial.
yeah, they're like, we need some proof of this. And there's the little like paper boy, extra, extra, read all about
Yep,
it.
that's
Three
right.
little goons get caught for murder, put up for trial.
Hey man,
And they're
can
like,
I get one of them papers?
hell yeah, blood. Here you go.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Extra, extra, read all about it. So now they have their proof that they were put on trial. So they
For murder.
for murder of the dudes. So now they have their proof. Now they're ready to head back. So they head back to the Iron Fist. Nothing happens on the way back.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was a very quiet way
Yeah,
back.
it was a very quiet, sad way back. Geppetto lost
Well,
his photos.
yeah. Wait, what?
Uh,
Um, this might be later on. Oh, wait, no, you probably have it written down. Never mind. I'm not gonna bring it up.
what was that?
The wood, the tree thing,
The tree thing.
like where they went
That
inside
was
the tree.
after. That was after Bobo.
Was
It was
it?
just. It was just Gordon and Geppetto at the time. Bobo wasn't there for the tree.
Right. It it's kind of a haze.
Yeah, literally. Yeah. I'm barely able to describe everything. I'm looking at my notes. I'm a terrible session note taker. I just write like the key factors. I have
Also,
words
another
and
reason why I've started why I'm so mad that we lost the footage because we were trying to get notes from said footage and it all fell apart. But anyway,
Anyway, they head back to the Iron Fist. They turn in the quest. They get their reward. It's basically just a bunch of money and
yeah.
some supplies. And then they're like, "Cool, let's get the fuck out of here and get that quest done." So they leave.
Oh,
On their way
I
out,
thought that, yeah. Wait, never mind. I'll let you talk.
on their way out, they notice a store in an alleyway.
Geppetto knows his store.
Yeah, Geppetto notices a store in an alleyway. He's like, "What the hell is this?" And they all walk up to it. And they're like, "How can this fit in this alleyway? It's way too big to fit in here. There's no way." So they walk in, and they find this like sketchy lizard dude that has this big open shop filled with like everything you can imagine, like a Walmart, pretty much.
Mhm.
Um, just filled with shit. And he's like, "Well, welcome, welcome. What can I get you, very fine travelers? I can get anything you wish to know." And Gore was like, "Do you have maps of every city in every world?" Of course. They're over there in the bin. All right, I'm gonna take a look at these. You guys have fun.
Geppetto walked over toward. Yes. Hey, you got any weapons, perchance?
Of course, you can look over there. The
All right.
weapons part. And Bobo, being
The
Bobo,
fiend he is.
he walks up. Do you have any slaves?
Dude,
Taking a deep fucking breath.
it was.
And
Ugh.
I
We got
like,
paid a lot for that quest though.
yeah, you guys
For
got
the
paid like
human
five.
diplomats, yeah,
Yeah,
we got a
it was like
lot of
five
money.
thousand gold. It's like 5,000 gold. Y'all had a ton of cash, and Bobo wanted to spend it. He was like, "Y'all have any slaves?" Just minding you, the player, he's kind of a fiend himself.
Yeah. He had to be kicked for personal reasons because he has a very horrible drug and nicotine problem,
Yeah.
and it was become and this was a final like point where we were like, all right, no.
Nah, we can't let this slide. So, long story short, Bobo buys a slave. Uses all of his money for it, which was really disturbing.
Yeah, he spent four
Um,
thousand gold.
yeah, he spent like all of his cash on that shit, and
He had like I
so
think 200 gold left.
yeah, he had like nothing left. So he
Geppetto got a quest.
So Boba bought the slave. Then Geppetto, he was like, "Do you have a weapon that has this symbol? It's like the White Lotus symbol on his weapon. That's like a trademark from his dad." He's like, "Oh yes, yes, I do have one of those, but it's a very special one. It's a collector's item. If you do me a quest, I'll show it to you, and I'll give it to you for free, actually." And Geppetto's like, "Oh, cool. What's the quest?" "I need you to head over to the Tomb of Ancient Men, which is on the northwest part of the world,
It's
and collect."
for players who don't know, it's so where the Snow Warriors are, but west of that for about like 5 days,
Yeah, it's like 5, 6 days.
5 day,
It's a long one.
6 day travel. Yeah, it's long.
It's a
About a
long
week.
walk.
Oh, through the snow, I'd say it's about a week.
Yeah, about a week's travel.
Mhm.
But so he was like, "You need to head over there and collect me a beholder alive. I want him here for my zoo that I'm collecting."
Live. All right. All right.
And
Yeah.
so he got his quest. Then Gord was like, "All right, I want to purchase these maps. That'll be 20 gold. Here you go, maps." He like walks off like a schoolgirl with his art, his maps.
Those
Maps,
maps
maps.
did come in help and come
They
in
do. They
helpful.
do help because now every time they go somewhere, they have a map of the place.
Yeah, thank
Um,
God, dude.
yeah, good thinking on Gord though for finding maps.
Yeah, like, but that goes in to Gord being a general. He's thinking
Yeah,
like a few steps ahead. Like, oh, we might
right,
go to these places. We're gonna need maps
right.
for
Being
when we
kind
get
of
there.
the guide, the wise old man. Gord just really kept to himself for the first part of the
For
journey, and
for most of the journey, but upcoming, Gord and Geppetto are going to start getting very close
yeah, we'll be very
as
close friends.
as traveling partners and friends.
Yeah. So now they got all their stuff and they leave the store and they find themselves back in the middle of the street. Bobo with his new product, and they start walking away to leave.
Yeah.
Actually, no, that was the end of that session. That was the end of that episode, the trial.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
then
Oh,
another
they
episode.
left. They
Yeah,
left, and then that was the end.
yeah.
Well, they
That
left
was
the
it.
store, and that was the end of the session. So end of that episode. What was that? Episode three, four?
That was episode 3/4, the trial, and now we're on episode 5, which
Yep.
is Bobo's demise.
I forgot
and
that's what you named it.
and immediately at the beginning of this episode, Bobo gets caught by a guard. "Hey, come over here!" "Huh?
What?
What's up?"
No.
"Hey, you can't have that. That's illegal. You know
What?
she's been wanted for over 15 years.
She's been missing.
She's been missing. And now you have her as a slave? You are a
But
disgusting man.
I own
Come with
her.
me.
I
Come
spent
with
good
me.
money on her.
Come with me right now.
No. No. No.
You're going
God,
to jail for a
Geppetto,
long
help me.
time,
help
mister."
me.
Gord and Geppetto,
Look,
knowing Bobo's fate is sealed, they just.
they look the other way and like, who
Yeah.
the fuck is this guy?
Yeah. Like, I don't know who that is. I don't know either, man. Let's get the hell out of here. No. Let me. No. Locked away. And they help the slave find her home and get back to safety. And the guard
I'm
walks
pretty
up.
sure Geppetto gave her some money
Yes.
or some
And the guard's
clothes,
like,
either or.
"Hey, I know he was calling out to y'all. Doesn't matter whether you're with him or not. I'm glad you didn't try to be his friends. Here's his stuff. If you want anything from it, take it. He ain't coming out for a long time."
Oh, this is what happened. So his disguise kit had an extra pair of clothes, and then
Mhm.
we gave that. We asked the guard
Oh
to, yeah,
yeah, we gave her. They gave her the disguise kit for clothing. That's
mhm.
right.
And also
Yep.
and like
Some money.
some money. Yeah. So
So
they took some of the stuff. Gore took the just the empty bag, which did come in helpful. I'm glad he did take that.
yeah,
And I took some of the money, and
yeah. They took pretty
he
much all
didn't
the valuable stuff.
he
Actually,
didn't
except for
have
him.
much.
Yeah, he didn't have very much.
No,
He was very
he
bare
didn't even have
bones.
a
Bro's a
weapon
bum. Bro's a
because
bum.
his weapon is on him.
Yeah, bro's a bum.
We should go visit him one day.
Yeah, him locked up in his cell with a giant beard, like completely decrepit.
Hey
The
guys.
789 789. You guys want to hear a joke?
No,
Uh,
we leave.
oh.
So
Okay.
after the guard gives us the stuff and the girl goes off to go find her family again. I don't. What happens next?
So they make their way to the Serpent Tamers now. This is when they start getting shit done. They're like, all right,
Oh,
we
right,
gotta
right.
get
We
stuff
had to
done.
lock in.
This is where we gotta get stuff done. So y'all left.
Oh,
It
oh,
was
wait. We almost forgot. Um, because of the death of the diplomats, talk of war has
oh,
begun,
that's right.
and
Yes,
they visited Talbert
yes,
before they left, and
yes. They
Talbert
visited
was
Talbert. Hmm.
in distress because of this
Yes,
perhaps
that's
upcoming war.
that's right. So that's right. So Gord was like, "I'm gonna go check up on Talbert. Let's go." And they head over to Talbert's, and Talbert's like in a frantic panic. He's like,
I'm pretty sure Geppetto's outside
we're gonna die.
on
We're gonna
this one,
die.
right?
Calm down, buddy. Calm down. What's wrong? Yeah, Geppetto's outside. What's wrong, bro? The diplomats. They were murdered. They failed their mission. They can't get the treaty off. The war's gonna start. The war's gonna start sooner than we hoped. No, no, no. I can't go to war. If we go to war, my people are gonna die. My family, my kids, they're gonna die. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. Take a deep breath. Take it easy. Everything's gonna be fine. All right, we're gonna take care of it. All right, there's not gonna be a war. You settle down. All right, breathe, breathe. Settle down, settle down. All right, we're gonna go handle this right away. We'll be back. All right. Goodbye. Good luck. Don't panic. Gord leaves. Talbert's still in distress. So now they know that the war could speed up because these diplomats they murdered didn't get their message back, meaning the treaty fell through. Um, so they can't really, they can't waste time. But they still had their primary objective. They still wanted to get that quest done in the woods, that caravan quest.
Mm-hmm.
So they head off to the Serpent Tamers, and on their way to the Serpent Tamers, their first duo adventure, they find a odd-looking tree on their way over. They get on the land bridge, and just as they enter the land bridge over to the Serpent Tamers, they find this weird tree. Obviously there's other trees around it, but
Mm.
they see this weird tree with a giant ass hole in it, and it
It's
doesn't look
very
real.
conspicuous.
Yeah, it doesn't look real. It looks like fake material. It doesn't look like an actual tree. And Gord's like, "What is that?" Gong gong gong. Oh, it's metal. It's a metal tree. I never knew they had these things. Wow. And he like pokes his head through the hole, and he looks straight down. Just an empty void. Oh, it's deep. You want to drop a rope? See how far it goes? Okay. Drops the rope. Doesn't need a
Guess
float. They
might
dropped like
we
150 feet of rope down there.
so the two of them had to combine like I think upwards of 250 feet of rope,
Yeah.
and Geppetto climbed down, and he climbed down for a while. He touched the
Yeah.
bottom, and he was like, I have to climb back up and get Gord,
After like an
and
hour of climbing down
then
with a
climb.
torch in one hand.
Yeah, and then he climbs all the way back up. Gord, buddy,
Oh,
it's we can go down. Come on.
oh, I was taking a nap. All right, I'm coming. Yeah. Whoa, whoa. As he slides down the rope.
Ah, my head.
I hurt. Oh,
No,
that's
that
too
didn't happen.
much.
They
No,
um
it didn't
they they
happen.
climbed
Oh,
down normally.
yeah, they
It
climbed down
it
normally. It
it
was
was a
just
very tight fit for Gord,
yeah,
but
his arms were like if he let go of the rope, he probably could have just slid it down. Like his body would have just
Like
all the way
he
down.
could have let go, put his feet against the wall, like in front of him, and just like took a nap.
Yeah, like bro was not moving at all. But they finally get down this cramped tunnel, and they're walking through. They're like, "What the hell is this place, man?" They can barely see through this tunnel, and they're looking around, and they find this painting on the wall. And they're like, "Hey, look at this painting, bro. It's cool." And it was this painting of like the forest with like a little deer, and it looked super realistic,
I thought
almost too
they
realistic.
saw a coin thing first.
Oh, that's right. You're right. That was the different painting. That was the other painting that y'all saw.
That was later.
Yeah. No, it was earlier. It was one of the paintings you saw. But it was the coin that looked really weird. You guys looked at this coin painting, and it looked like you could pick up the coin off the table. You're like, whoa, look at this coin.
Well, I thought he was the face of the king, like the greedy king.
Yeah, it was the face of the king.
Mhm.
It was the face of the king on it. And you're like, wow, look at this coin, dude. Is that the king on there? Oh, that's weird. It's almost like I could pick it up. And Gord goes to pick it up. No, it was Geppetto. Geppetto
Mhm.
goes to pick it up. And everything goes white.
No, no, no. Geppetto like goes to touch it, nothing happened, and then he was like, oh, he reaches into his coin purse, pulls out a gold coin, and pulls it up, like puts it onto the coin
Right.
itself.
Yes. Okay. See, my notes. I didn't write any of this down. My notes. I just wrote Geppetto touches painting, goes to weird world, and comes back.
Yeah,
Shows how good of a note taker I am.
yeah.
Um.
You should write down that he put a coin up to the coin in the painting
Yeah.
and
He
got
put a coin
teleported.
up to the painting, and it started glowing very vibrantly, and then it was so bright that it was like blinding.
Hmm.
And then and they wake up next to the same tree they went down. Huh? Where are we? Oh. Hey, there's that tree again. But there's no hole.
What the
Hmm.
hell?
Hey,
Maybe let's look around
look.
it.
Yeah, okay. They look around it and they see like blank cardboard material that hasn't been painted on, air quotes. Huh? What the? What is this? It's flat. The tree's flat. Uh,
Fuck is
what?
going on?
I don't know. Hey, look, a deer. Hey, deer. Walk up to the deer. It's just like a cardboard image. Oh, it's not alive. Where are we? Uh, I'm scared. And so they go back to the tree, and they see that they could like, there's like a hole underneath the tree, like on the ground, and they can go in it as they hear like noises coming from it. I forgot what it was, like squirrels. It was like squirrels. Whispering. Oh, there's something underneath here, Geppetto. Let's take a look. And they dig up the ground and they see another hole. Great, another hole. He throws a rope down and they climb down this hole, hearing the whispers.
Getting
And then they,
louder as they go down.
yeah. And then as they finally hit the bottom, they find themselves in this like cult room and they see five dudes in these dark green hoods and they're just whispering to each other. And as they can hear them, it whispers out, nature gives us life. Nature will give us all. Nature is the one to guide us to the light. And they keep repeating that sentence over and over and over again. And they're like, what the fuck is going on down here? And then I can't remember the exact words, but the cultist people basically talk to Gord and Geppetto about how like nature is everything and
Yeah, and they
Mother
need to
Mother
throw
Earth.
away their like things
Yeah,
and go
they need to
back
let
to like
yeah
the roots.
yeah they need to go back to the roots of Mother Nature. Mother Nature's like a cruel person and will hurt you if you don't treat them right and shit like that. And they're like, okay. And then they did some like ritual shit. It culted them away, and then they wake up. They wake up again outside, and looking at that same metal tree with the hole in it, but this time there's no rope on it.
What the
And they're
hell?
like,
Um,
what the hell?
let's just go, Gord.
Hey, is our stuff good? Check your stuff.
Yeah, yeah. It's all here.
Oh,
I think
everything's here.
some money's gone.
Oh,
Right?
we're missing.
When?
Yeah, you guys were missing. You were missing a coin.
Yeah.
You were missing a singular gold coin. Oh, that's weird. That was a really weird nap. Well,
Yeah.
let's keep
Let's
going.
let's keep getting forward, Gord.
Yeah. So then they kept on marching, and they were making their way on to the Serpent Tamers. And
I
I am
think that
getting
was the.
tired of yapping.
Yeah. Let's
Ugh.
let's end the recording here. We can
Yeah.
continue another time. It's 2 hours.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'll just